Hey guys, welcome back. This is Sean Ray, and today we're going to be doing a super data intensive video. So hopefully if you guys are watching this, make sure to put your coffee on, put your Adderall in your system or whatever it happens to be, because we're going to be going through a lot of data. If you want, you can if you're watching on YouTube on your computer, I think only on your computer. Actually, I think you might do it on your phone too. You can slow the pace down from 1 times, you can increase it to 2 times, you can even lower it to 1.75. So if I'm talking too fast or I'm throwing out too many numbers, lower the pace to 0.75, and then maybe it's going to be a lot easier for you to do. But to make this not a 2-hour long video, I'm going to talk kind of fast. We're going to go through things kind of fast. I have some cheat codes. We're working on creating a really cool template for calculating cash on cash returns and every possible little thing you can do with me and Shaman. Today we're going to be using a property called Craft that was bought a year ago by Ray. And Ray, I'm going to interview him after this video. It's going to be a 2-part video, and then we're going to be doing all the interview questions based on your comments in this video and some stuff that I think you guys just forgot to ask. So, Craft, it was bought like a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, and it was bought for $425,000. Crazy to think that you can buy a brand new build over like 9 minutes away from downtown Dallas in a really high developing area for $425,000. That is not the case anymore. We bought this house for around $200 per square foot, and nowadays in that market, it's like $230, even $250 per square foot. We just tried to put an offer on a house. It's $250 a square foot. Oh, it's so crazy. In just a year, almost the exact same house. I digress. Bought the house for $425,000. We did the same method that we talked about in the last video, to where he bought it and then it ended up being to where he did the 10,000 or whatever. He did 1.5% was the overall closing cost, and we did it to where the seller pays 1.5 for the closing costs. So he ended up not paying anything for closing, which was awesome. And so his down payment ended up being $21,250. You don't have to remember all these numbers. If you're at home and you're writing stuff down, cool if you want, but you don't have to, because I'll summarize this all in the very end. But it's more about importance of understanding how to do the numbers and then ultimately what your cash on cash return should look like. So ultimately, for him to get into the house, he only had to pay $21,250. He didn't have to do any upgrades in the house, and he didn't have to do any closing costs. He did end up putting for decorations of furniture around $30,000, which a way for you to increase your cash on cash returns is to not even pay your furniture costs. Just do a 2-year no interest card at any place that you really like getting your furniture from. And then when it comes to TVs and stuff like that, get a Best Buy credit card and then get a 2-year no interest on that one as well. Or you can do 1-year interest, whatever. And you end up paying like $500 a month for things like that. Or less, whatever, depends on how much you do. So that way you have even more cash on cash returns whenever you buy the property. So all in, he put $51,250 on this house on his first year. Just to get in, first month, I guess you might say. And then he bought it in January, and he ended up putting it on the market in March. Now, this is really important because we're going to have these numbers based on his March to January 1st revenue, but those aren't necessarily accurate because for a year long, he would have had January, February, and then most of March as also his revenue. But also last year was slow for us in Airbnb, so these are low numbers. He could have done a lot better if he would have had a full year and if it wasn't the thing that happened with that and all that stuff. I don't know if YouTube still is demonetizing for that, but whatever. We have it here that he's spending each month. His upkeep is around $150. His operating cost is around $580. Operating cost is basically trash. You have to pay extra for trash bins here in Dallas. We get some extra trash bins. Lawn care, internet we put for $100, even though he's doing $60, but whatever. For this video we did $100 because a lot of people are going to pay $100 for high-speed internet. Water and gas and electricity. So overall we're at $580. That fluctuates depending if it's summer or winter, whatever, but that's just like an average. And then management fee, he has a grandfathered in rate. He was one of my first clients to start working with my new manager, with my manager when he was brand new. So right now that manager pays or charges 15 to 20% of monthly revenue for new people. He's got this massive group now that he adds a lot of value. But for this particular client, or for Ray, he doesn't do nearly as much as he does for the other clients. And so he doesn't charge as much. Plus, Ray took a chance on him when it was just him. He had no assistants, he had no messaging people, he had no cleaners, he had nothing. And so he gives him a good rate. So his rate right now is around 3% on this house for management. I know it's crazy. You're not going to get that, but he gets 3%. So good for him. His Airbnb fees are around 3%, and his cleaning fees are $150 that he's negotiated with the cleaners, $150 per cleaning. So ultimately, that's the base numbers. Now his down payment was 5%. Now how do you get 5%? It's really tough if you're in different markets, but we do it to where we buy it for ourselves, and then after we buy it for ourselves, he travels a lot, so he puts on Airbnb while he's traveling. Turns out last year he just traveled a lot, so if you get my drift. And so he traveled the entire year, and so was on Airbnb the entire year. But it's his personal house. Annual interest rate that he got up for 2.875. Now, for those of you people that are watching this, you're like, this is already not, like, how am I going to get 3% management fee? How am I going to get annual interest rate for under 3? We're doing a case analysis, and what you're getting right now in a year, people are going to look back and be like, oh, how are you going to get that? Because when he did this, this wasn't crazy. But now it's crazy because the best time to buy is when? Last year. And it has always been that way. And so just get over it. His loan amount now is $403,000, $403,750, and then his total payment after everything is going to be $603 if he doesn't pay it off. $603,000 if he doesn't pay it off early. His total interest is just under $200,000. His monthly payment for his mortgage, interest, PMI, all that kind of stuff like that is $2,831. Again, not super interested, but there's not super interesting so far, but stick with me here. There's a lot of people in my comments that have reached out to me that are hyper analytical. And so these videos are for you. If you're like me and you're just like, swing, shoot from the hip, then this is going to be pretty boring, but it makes sense in the end. So just stick around. So how much money, where it was his weekend rate. So his weekend rate was $699 on average for his weekends. And then his weekday rate was $340,000. Wow, $340 per night for Monday through Thursday and Sunday, and then weekday rate Friday, Saturday was $699. Weekend occupancy averaged 12 days, and the weekday occupancy was 12 days. Weekend occupancy was 8. We're almost always booked on the weekends, no matter what. So monthly revenue average on this house, $10,722. But monthly mortgage was $2,831, but plus the operating costs, management costs, and stuff like that. We already talked about that. So his annual revenue on Airbnb was just over $100,000, and then his annual revenue on VRBO was $24,000. And so his annual revenue, based on projections of an entire year with all the occupancy and so forth, was $128,000. We looked at these numbers, but it was $128,664. Now, if he had an entire year, it would have been higher. Say, for instance, it could have been 140, 150, who knows. But this next year going forward, we assume it's going to be higher. But $128,000. Again, he invested $51,000. Now, did he take home $128,000? This is so important. Revenue is not profit. He did not take home $128,000. So his annual expenses was $28,000. Annual NOI was $99,918, and annual net profit $65,945. So he basically made $66,000 on his $51,000 that he invested. Not bad. And so it's above 100% return. His cash invested, 51250, and cash on cash return. We got here faster than I thought we would. I thought it was going to be a lot more explaining for me. Cash on cash return was 129%. So imagine putting your money on something and then getting 129% back, just like that within a year. Pretty cool. But here's where things get a little bonkers. That home appreciated. Right now, I could sell that home, no problem, under the market at 17%. That is at $230 per square foot. Again, there's homes in that market right now that are exactly identical to this home. They're selling for $250. Right now, I'm filming this in February, first day of February. They can sell their homes right now, new builds, for $250,000. But the fact that it's a year old and the fact that I don't want to be crazy on this channel and do crazy numbers, I'm sticking at $230. That's below what it should be. Still 17% appreciation in a year. What? Okay. So annual net profit plus appreciation is $140,107. So if you factor in the appreciation with the cash on cash, then overall in the first year, Ray made a 273% return on his investment when it comes to his actual cash in. Nuts. He could have even increased this way more if that $30,000 for decorations and furniture, if he financed it and put 2 years no interest on it. Then that 273 could have been way up there, and the 400s or even higher. I don't know, because that $30,000 would have been wiped out, and so he would have only put $21,000 in. Crazy. Now let's talk about something else that's really exciting. In his first year, his cash on cash return without the appreciation is 129%. With appreciation, 273. His second year is without the appreciation, it's 257%. I'm not going to start saying what the appreciation, just for fun, we'll do it. It's not going to, I hope, dear God, I hope it doesn't say it's 17% on the appreciation side. But the first number I'm about to tell you is the important one. The second one is just like fantasy land. And so the second year with cash on cash return and appreciation combined, it's 572% of his initial investment return on his investments, cash on cash. Third year, important number, 386% return on your money, cash on cash, no appreciation. With appreciation, again, I don't think it's going to do it, but 900% return. Whoa, 3 years. Fourth year, 515%, or 1,263% with appreciation. Fifth year, 643%, and then 1,667% with appreciation. Now, again, I don't think appreciation is going to stay that way, but the important thing is that for you guys to put your money, in this case, him to put just $50-something thousand in, for him to put, where am I? $51,250 in. Within 5 years, he's going to make 643% return on his initial money, his cash on cash returns. You can do something crazy like invest in Tesla right before it takes off and make 1,000% return. You could do that for sure. But this, without factoring in the appreciation as well, I mean, I could say safely that it's probably going to be at year 5, 800 to 900% return on his investment, maybe even over 1,000, depending on how much the market goes nuts. And so, yes, rental arbitrage is important. If you don't have the way and means to do this, and you want to start a business, if you really want to try to take your life to the next level and hire people, be in charge of managing people, and then really do grassroots bootstrap, work your way up through the headaches and monotony of trying to find properties that are going to let you rent there, trying to get 5 properties within one versus trying to do single family homes to the day you die. And the stress of each year maybe losing it or maybe not, being kicked out, terminated lease, whatever it happens to be. If you want to build a business, that is a great way to go. I mean, you can make a lot of money doing that. But this is incredible. If you think about the appreciation with the cash on cash returns factored in, and the fact that you have a beautiful exit strategy, you have the ability that if any one of these properties end up not being successful on Airbnb, you can sell it, make your money back. If the market keeps going up, you're good. You tried something, you failed. How many times in life are you going to be given an opportunity to open a business, restaurant, bar, Pilates studio, whatever, with the ability to you to make potentially 1,000% of your return in 5 years, potentially, And if it doesn't work, you can just get out and get all your money back. Like, you could do a lot of things in life to where you can make up to 1,000% return in 5 years for sure, but it's going to require a lot of capital up front, a lot of risk, and you're going to have to really pray and wish for the moon. Is that a saying? I don't know. But if things go belly up, you are going to be held with lifetime of debt and lifetime of just pure stress of getting out of the hole that you built yourself in to take that risk. This opportunity that I'm showing you guys for free is on the table right now, and you're seeing actual people with actual numbers, and you get to meet them in the next video and ask them questions that you, right now, watching this video, sitting at home, you can talk to these people that have done it. And it's not, there's books that you could read about it. There's 50, 60 videos that I made about this that you can watch and explaining it detail by detail. What can you do other than this that allows you this amount of money with very low risk? I don't know. I mean, I might be completely ignorant, and there might be some like, oh, have you looked at NFTs? Have you looked at crypto? Whenever crypto goes down, you can't sell it and get your money back that you lost. Whenever NFTs end up being stupid and no one buys into it, then all your $30,000 you spent on a picture of Batman because it's yours, who's going to buy it? You're going to have a stupid picture of Batman and you spent $30,000 for that. You can't do anything with it. Now you got like a picture and it's yours. Good. Happy. I'm happy for you. But you can't get out of it and get your $30,000 back if it didn't work out. This, you can sell it if the market keeps going up and you make your money back. If not, you could possibly make a profit. So you made money while you had it and then sold it and made a profit on top of that. That's amazing. What a great opportunity. Say if you can't sell it. For some reason, the market is bust up and you can't sell it for a profit, or you can't, whatever. You choose not to sell it. You can hold on to it. You can turn it into a long-term rental. And as long as the market makes sense and you're buying it within the means of the market, this could potentially either pay itself off just exactly the monthly payment, monthly mortgage is exactly what, and you don't make any profit, and you wait until Airbnb picks back up and you put it on, or you wait until it starts making profit long-term on the long-term rentals. Or you get lucky and you actually can make $100, $200, $500, $1,000 a month profit. What? You have all these backup plans and contingencies and safe and parachutes and everything, but you still have the ability to make 1,000% cash on cash return in 5 years? Why aren't you doing this? Do it. If you're not in Dallas, find an agent in your market that knows what they're doing. Don't just find a random real estate agent. If you're finding a random real estate agent, then you're gonna have random success. And that could mean up or down. Find someone like me that knows what the hell they're doing. Ask them about the average cash on cash return. Ask them what the annual appreciation rate is in the markets that they recommend. Ask them what kind of homes do the best on Airbnb in the market. What is it? Is it a market that is going to be just for people that are coming out of town for vacations? Is it people that are going to be in a metro area that are coming in and out just from the actual local area for particular conventions or parties or whatever, baby showers? Or is this a market that's a long-term thing that's been there forever, like a camping site or a beautiful mountain or a waterfall or something that people, like a skiing lodge or something like that, that families go and they've been going forever, way before Airbnb and way after Airbnb. If your real estate agent doesn't know what market he's in or she's in and how much is average per night and what the average price per square foot should be to actually maintain a profit, and what the average profit per house is based on just looking at the house and seeing the numbers, seeing the rooms and the marketability of it, being able to put you in touch with the property manager that can run it for you, having photographers and having people that can help you out with actually building a backyard. If these people do not have these means available to you immediately, walk. Go away. You're going to overpay for a house, and once you get in the house, you're going to have no idea what to do with it. You might just be stuck watching me on YouTube or someone else because your real estate agent doesn't care. They just want to collect a check. Do it right and change your life. Okay, thank you guys so much. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. If you guys want, I'm going to be talking to Shaman to see if he would be down. He helped me make this for everyone and all my real estate investors here in Dallas. there's a list of real estate investors that I send great opportunities to, and then this is an access for them. They have to be pre-approved and they have to be working with me consistently. If you're in the Dallas market and you are pre-approved for $600,000 or $550,000 and you want to be on that list, reach out to me and we will start working together and finding you good homes. But remember, the inventory is so low right now, so be patient. If you're in another market, then I can see if Shaman's down for sharing this. He spent a lot of time on it, sharing it and giving it to you guys. He might want to charge. I don't know how we would do that on this channel. I haven't charged for anything on this channel, so I'm not sure. But yeah, hopefully you received a lot of value. We're going to be going over these numbers with Ray in the next video. If you guys want to ask him anything specific, why do you choose that house? Why do you choose the area? Why do you choose the kind of furniture that you choose, or decorations, or what is the improvement that he did that he shouldn't have done? Or why didn't he do something in the backyard? Or in his next property, what do you learn from his last property, his last two properties, that he's not going to do the same thing on the third property? Or what is he going to improve? Why is he not doing a pool on his other properties? Why would he want to do a pool on his next property? All these kind of questions. If you guys have any of these questions, we will be answering them in the next video. So see you in the comments. Like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. Thank you guys so much for sticking with us, and I'm glad to be back making videos for you. All right, and if any of you guys don't like my thumbnails and you know how to do thumbnails, reach out to me. I'm happy to pay people for thumbnails if that's important. I don't know if that's important, but okay, see ya.